So what are 7 things that you can do today to get the most out of church? Literally, if you put these 7 things into practice, you're going to get more from God every time you go to church than if you were to leave some of these undone. Now, just implementing a few of these will help. But if you can take all 7 and put it together and put these into practice in your life, you're going to see God work in you and through you more at church than you've ever seen in your life. And so what are these 7 things? I just want to jump right into it. The very first thing that you've got to do if you want to get the most out of church is this: prepare the night before. Okay, now I know that's not mind-blowing, but a lot of people don't do this. And so they get up on Sunday morning and they're hustling about trying to get everything ready, trying to get the kids ready, trying to get themselves ready. And that's not very good. So you show up at church and you've just spent the entire morning running around. It's hard to get into a spiritual mindset when you've just spent the morning yelling at your kids, yelling at each other, trying to get in the car, trying to make sure that your clothes are ironed and your kids have clothes, and you know how it goes. And so I just want to encourage you, prepare the night before, lay out all your clothes the night before, iron all your clothes or steam all of your clothes the night before. Maybe even do this. I found this very helpful. Prepare the breakfast or prep it the night before. It doesn't mean you cook it the night before, but you prepare it the night before. And I even prepare my coffee the night before on Sunday. So Saturday night, I'm getting everything ready so that when I get up, I just put everything together. The kids' breakfast is ready, my coffee is ready. And so step number 1, prepare the night before. Step number 2, which is still the night before, is this: turn off electronics 1 hour before bed. Now, this isn't always possible, but it's a help. If you will set a bedtime, like we're gonna get everything ready together as a family, and then an hour before I go to bed or the adults go to bed, we're gonna turn off electronics and we're just gonna spend time either reading, praying, which is actually, I guess, the next couple steps. So turn off electronics an hour before bed. Then the third thing is this: get to bed early. Don't go to bed at midnight or 1 a.m. Try to get to bed earlier than you usually do. The biggest excuse I hear about people not coming to church is they were too tired or something came up in the morning. And so get to bed early and that excuse won't happen. So that's number 3. Number 4 is this: pray. So you have already, turned off electronics an hour before bed. Now it's time to get some prayer time in. And I have a few things you can be praying for. Pray for your fellow church members. If you have a church directory, pray through that, or pray through a section of that every Saturday. Pray that God will prepare their hearts, not just your heart, but God will work preparing their heart for the next day. Pray that God will take away any hindrances to them coming and assembling together as God desires for us to do. Pray for your church members. Pray for your pastor. I have some here, that God would fill him with his Spirit. Pray for him on Saturday night. God, fill my pastor with your Spirit. Anoint him. Give him unction. Lord, use the pastor. I have another one. Pray that God would give him courage to say the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. Pray that God would just fill him with that boldness. The third thing you could pray for your pastor for is this: that God would help his morning to go smoothly. Satan loves not just to attack church members, but also the pastor on Sunday morning. And so spend time Saturday night praying, God, would you help my pastor and his family, help them to have a smooth Sunday morning so that they can be focused on the word and sharing that with us. Pray not only for your pastor, pray for yourself and for your family. Pray that God would guard you from pride. Pride will make sure you don't get anything out of church. Pray that God would make you open and ready to receive the word. This is all happening Saturday night. Pray that God would guide you on how you can edify and encourage believers when you get to church. These are huge things. The next one is this: pray for the lost. Hopefully at your church, there are some lost people who are coming or who will come, and that God would work on their hearts and open their eyes and that they would be saved. These are things you can be praying for on Saturday night, getting ready for Sunday, okay? Now here's Sunday, okay? Number 5, get up and get to church early. Now I'm not saying you get there hours early, but 15 minutes early. You say, why would I do that? Well, when you're running in at the last moment, you don't have time to prepare your heart before the service. And so I encourage you, like this is our church right here, Grants Pass Baptist Church. Come in, get to church early, maybe fellowship a little bit before church, but then it's not bad to sit down and to pray some more and ask God, open my eyes. Help me to worship you authentically today. As I sing, God, help my heart to be in the singing. As I hear your word, God, teach me, show me where I'm wrong, show me where I can grow. And That's one reason to get to church early, so that when the service starts, you're ready, you're prepared. The next one is this: expect God to do great things. Like, that's huge. Some people come to church already thinking God's not gonna do much today. But what if you came to church every single Sunday thinking this could be the day that God just radically changes my life? God's got something for me today. God's got a word for me from His word today. God's got something for me. And if you come to church expecting God to do great things, I promise you, you'll notice greater things all around you. You'll see God working in a greater and more powerful way. So expect God to do great things. And then the seventh one is this: take notes. Now, I know not everybody is a note taker, but here's what we can do. Come with a notepad and a pen. And if you don't take any notes, but you soak it all in, that's good. But if God shows you something that you really want to remember, you have your notes there. And what this does is it pairs with that last one I said. It shows you're expecting God to speak. And friend, if you put these 7 things into practice, you will get so much more out of church, and God will begin to work more in and through you than ever before.